Gentlemen, it's Saturday Ike Live! Your host, Ike Palmer! Stick around, the show's gonna start very soon! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third ever episode of Saturday Ike Live. We're here, baby. We're ready to go. Let's fucking go, boys and girls. What's up? What's happening? Let's go. How's our Saturday night or Saturday days been for everyone in the audience? I have had an interesting Saturday. It's definitely been a day. A lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat and tears shed this day. But you know what? That's what Saturdays are for. Making that bread. We are on the grind. We are doing the best we absolutely can. And you know what? Let's go. Let's fucking go. It's another day, another dollar, another Saturday Arc Live. And you know what? I'm loving it. I love it here. This is great. This is awesome. I'm so glad to be able to broadcast to you lovely motherfuckers. Each week it's the highlight. Every Saturday I'm looking forward to it just to see all of you wonderful people. So I guess without diddle-daddling too much, we'll go straight into the first topic of Saturday Arc Live this week, episode number 3, and that is Tipster, the lovely Jiggly himself. He, I don't know what actually happened, but if I scroll down, and man, does this guy tweet a fuck ton, like a metric fuck ton. Like he tweets his weight in 120 characters. Okay, so 21 hours ago was his last retweet, right? So Tipster, the lovely ex-commentary YouTuber, he decided he's gonna nuke himself off the internet. He deleted all of his tweets, his videos from before 1 month ago. There was hundreds and hundreds of VODs, hundreds of videos, absolutely gone, absolutely deleted. Why? Who knows? Nobody can stop the tip except Mrs. Tip or the tip himself. Let's be real. And I mean, that guy, he could stop a train if he wanted to. Now, I don't know if it was to do with the recent John Swan stuff, but it would make a lot of sense. The community he used to be a part of, because he left, he absolutely just, like, he saw the shit show and was like, you know what? I'm out, guys. I'm over it. I'm leaving. I'm dipping. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And you know what? Rightfully so, because God damn, it's a little bit of a cesspool, and it always has been since about 2016, so I don't blame him for leaving. But he, like, completely deleted everything. Like, he just doesn't want any trace of, or any remnants that he was ever a part of it. He wants it all gone. So he did what he has to do, but I think that was pretty nuclear. Like, and as you can see, 21 hours ago, and that's the amount that he tweets. He deleted everything 21 hours ago, and he tweets fucking thousands upon thousands of tweets. It's insane. Like, how does he tweet that much? This guy, like, he must have a lot of free time. I don't know. But regardless, he makes good content. So go check out the Tipster. Fuck it, just look it up. Do it yourself, man. I'm not gonna do it for you. What do you think? I'm your slave? Welcome, Amber. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Luke 56, the highlight of my week is Saturday Arc Live. And you know what? It's mine too. And I'm so glad you're here to spend it with me. This is a wonderful Saturday night, if I do say so myself. So, next topic. Elon Musk's Twitter. He did it. Episode 1, we were talking about it. Oh, he actually fucking went through with it. Elon Musk, that beautiful motherfucker, he actually bought Twitter. How insane. I didn't think it was possible. He was like, fuck it. I'm going to put all of my money into Twitter and buy it. He's like, you know what? I own 9% of Twitter. Let's go the full 9 yards. See what I did there? That was kind of funny. That was a little bit there. So, it's been quite divisive on not only Twitter, but the actual company itself, right? So Twitter's chief executive faces employee anger at company-wide meeting over Elon Musk's attacks. Attacks? I hear you say? Elon Musk? I thought he was the harbinger of free speech. I thought this guy was going to bring a new light to Twitter. He was going to make everyone's word free. Well, let's read, shall we? Twitter chief, man, I'm not speaking well today. I haven't had enough coffee. Twitter chief executive Parag Agrawal has sought to quell employee anger during a company-wide meeting where workers demanded answers to how managers plan to handle an anticipated mass exodus prompted by Elon Musk's public remarks. And he's had a couple of funny public remarks. We'll get into that a little bit later. The meeting comes after Mr. Musk, the Tesla chief executive, who sealed a US 44 billion, 61.4 billion Australian dollars deal to buy the social media company, repeatedly criticized Twitter's content moderation practices and a top executive responsible for setting speech and safety policies. Interesting. So maybe he's doing more about free speech than I was giving him credit for initially. At the internal town hall meeting, what a fucking name that is, which was heard by Reuters, executives said the company would monitor staff attrition daily, but it was too soon to tell how the buyout deal with Mr. Musk would affect staff retention. So this basically means there's going to be a bit of spring cleaning over at Twitter. They're going to be dusting off all the motherfucking shit. All of the guys who are like, suspend that guy for saying something funny. It might not be happening anymore. Who knows? Mac Jr., welcome to the chat. Sorry, that was a little bit late. How you doing, man? Welcome. It is an epic night. It's always an epic night on Saturday Ike Live. Stonks. Indeed. Stonks for real. Musk has pitched lenders on slashing board and executive salaries, but exact cost cuts remain unclear, according to sources familiar with the matter. No, don't name your sources, bro. Trust me, bro. That's my source. One source said Mr. Musk would not make decisions on job cuts until he assumes ownership of Twitter. So he's bought it. He's just not the owner yet. We're getting there. There's still a little bit of rollover happening there. I can imagine there's a little bit of a process. You can't just go from one owner to the next like that. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. I'm tired of hearing about shareholder value and fiduciary duty. What are your honest thoughts about the very high likelihood that many employees will not have their jobs after the deal closes? One Twitter employee asked Mr. Agrawal in a question read aloud during the meeting. Mr. Agrawal, I'm probably butchering that by the way, so please don't get offended, answered that Twitter has always cared about its employees and would continue to do so. Yeah, it cares about its employees, not the people who use the fucking platform. Jesus Christ. This is Agrawal. Look at his beautiful little smile, his little brown eyes. Oh my god, I could just sit here and stare at them forever. I believe the future Twitter organization will continue to care about its impact on the world and its customers, he said. Man, it's the internet. It's Twitter. Who fucking cares? What do you mean its impact to the world? Come on, dude. Don't take yourself so seriously. I know there's a lot of politicians and political discourse on Twitter, but most of it's just terminally online people taking themselves way too seriously. Executives said during the meeting that the employee attrition rate has not changed compared to the levels before the news of Mr. Musk's interest in buying the company. In recent days, Mr. Musk has tweeted criticism of Twitter's top lawyer, Vijaya Gadde, who is a Twitter veteran and widely respected across Silicon Valley. I really cannot speak today. Musk's attack triggered a barrage of online harassment targeting her. Ooh. Employees also told executives they feared Mr. Musk's erratic behavior could destabilize Twitter's business and hurt it financially as the company prepares to address the advertising world in a presentation next week in New York City. Do we have a strategy in the near term on how to handle advertisers pulling investment? One employee asked. Interesting that they would word it like that, because I wonder how many investors are going to be pulling out investment because of this news. Sarah Personette, Twitter's chief customer officer, man, they got all sorts of fucking names in this company, what the fuck, said the company was working to communicate frequently with advertisers and reassure them the way that we service our customers is not changing. After the meeting, a Twitter employee told Reuters that there was little trust in what the company's executives said. Yikes. So they're all lying. There's going to be a massive spring cleaning. We're going to see another side of Twitter. So the people who are actually on Twitter, it's kind of divided. So half of them are going, this is great, this is awesome, we're going to be able to say whatever the fuck we want, we're going to be able to go schizo posting for real, we can go crazy, we can say whatever we want and no one's going to bat an eyelid. And then the other half are like, well, Elon Musk has censored people before and he's talking about free speech, but is it just free speech for him, free speech for his cronies, for the people who talk about what he wants to talk about? Well, it's entirely possible it could go either way. And at the moment, I don't mean to sound like centrist or anything, but I'm a little bit on the fence. It could, at first I thought it was a really good idea because he seemed like he had the right intentions. He had the right thought process around Twitter and purchasing it. However, with the backlash of everything that's been happening recently, my personal opinion is that we are going to be seeing a YouTube adpocalypse type event on Twitter. So when all of those ISIS videos back in like, I don't know, it was like 2017, the original adpocalypse, we're going to be seeing that again, only because people, like it said here, this quote, do we have a strategy in the near term on how to handle advertisers pulling investment? One employee asked. And this is because of the overall negative light that Elon Musk is seen in. And that's just because as time goes on, it seems that he's just like this Lex Luthor type. And I know we all joke about Jeff Bezos being Lex Luthor because he's bald. He's bald for real. That guy has no hair. Just like Lex Luthor. Elon Musk was originally supposed to be Tony Stark. He was supposed to be the Iron Man. He's supposed to save the day. But it seems the further and further we go down this rabbit hole, the further and further Elon Musk seems to be totally fucking unhinged. And it could, like I said, it could go either way. It could go the way of free speech where everything's good, rosy, fine, dandy, beautiful. But it could also go the way where a maniacal tyranny could take place and he could uproot Twitter and just do the exact same thing that was already happening, just in the other way. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I just think that in the long term, this is probably an okay thing for Twitter. But in the short term, they are most definitely going to be losing investors. They are most definitely going to be losing money. And in order to bring investors in, they're going to have to censor everyone again, much like YouTube has. Luke 56, I just want Twitter to be how it used to be. Well, you know, you say that, but then you have a look at the kinds of characters that were on Twitter at the time. I'm not entirely sure if I want it to be exactly how it used to be, but they do definitely need to change some things. They need to change their way of thinking. Their mentality about going about things. And you know how I was saying Elon Musk has been making some questionable tweets? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my new favorite tweet on the whole fucking website. Next, I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in. And this is what I mean. Like, he seems like he's got the right idea with Twitter initially, but he's just going full schizo. He's like, fuck it, I'm putting the cocaine back in Coca-Cola. And you know what? I'm all for that. Anything for free drugs, man. Let's go. I don't advocate doing drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? But, hey, Coca-Cola, just a little sip, just one sip, and then I'm ready for the whole day, dude. I don't even need coffee anymore. One bottle of Coca-Cola and I'm good for Saturday Ike Live for the next 3 weeks. Let's go. Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, speaking of advertisers pulling investments and investments in general, Netflix. Oh boy, Netflix has fucked themselves hard. Okay, you can't really see that, but I will get the photo up real quick. Where did I put it? Shit. But Netflix has absolutely shit the bed. They are losing stock. See, I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what the numbers mean. I don't know what the fucking graph means, but I can sort of read it. So this was at 10 a.m. today, and this is at 4 p.m. today. There's something definitely going wrong, and it's after they announced that they were going to be cracking down on password sharing, which is literally why half the people buy Netflix for the month. They subscribe to Netflix because, I'll pay like $16 a month or whatever the fuck it is now. It's like 21 for the premium or something like that, 25. And I'm going to share it with my friends. Me and 7 friends are going to get Netflix, and I'm going to share the password, and it's going to be great. But they're cracking down on that. So a lot of the people who would be subscribing to Netflix are choosing not to because they can't share their passwords. And I imagine that that's a large number of their viewership. Their viewer base is people who share passwords. So they're actively shooting themselves in the foot. Now, not only that, but in the last year, Netflix has invested something like, I think it's like 16 billion into the Netflix originals, which isn't a terrible idea considering some of them are good. Some of them not so much. Some of them can be pretty fucking shit. It can be hit or miss. But with the Netflix originals, it's kind of like, man, you're going to spend $16 billion on it, and then what? You waste all your money. You've got no more money left. And they're praying to God that the people see those Netflix originals and go, I'm going to subscribe for that, just for that show. What the fuck, dude? You cannot be operating at a net loss. That is massively stupid of Netflix as a business. Like a business decision, I've never seen a worse one in my fucking life. That's embarrassing, dude. I can't quantify it in words. Netflix is going to shit. And it's sad because they were the pioneers of the streaming platform, you know? Like originally they were like, Blockbuster, you do the DVD thing? We can do that, but online. Because we're better than you. We are based, and Blockbuster, you block nothing but balls. You suck. Suck some, dude. But then they're like, what if instead of sending the DVDs, the physical copies out, we just stream it directly to their television sets into their brains? Everyone's like, delicious. I'm going to eat that shit up. I'm going to binge like 4 seasons of every show that I like. And then they're like, what if we do it ourselves? What if we make our own shows and then cancel them after 2 seasons, even if they're incredibly popular? That's bad business, man. What the fuck? Most of the popular shows, most of the people are like, this is a good show. I'm going to recommend watching this show to all of my friends. And then they cancel it. A show that could be prosperous for at least 5 seasons. I think 5 seasons is the key point for a show. Maybe 6 if you're pushing it. All of my Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul fans out there. Also, that I gotta say, man, last episode of Better Call Saul, I was crying, dude. I was crying. I shit my pants. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. But I don't want to spoil it for all you people in the audience who haven't seen it. I'm really tempted to, but I don't want to ruin your experience. I think you should go through with it yourself. But yeah, it's just like, it's incredibly sad to see a pioneer of a genre, a whole thing. It brought it into existence, bought all of the rights to all of these different shows, and was like, yeah, we've got this. We've got a massive catalog. Everyone's going to love our shit. And then everyone's like, every other company's like, you guys are doing it? We can do it too. We can take your idea and do our own IPs and then broadcast it to the world, live stream it. They really didn't think that one through, because now you've got Disney Plus, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got, what are the other ones? Stan, fucking HBO Plus, all of those fucking stupid new ones. And now you're paying like what? $80 a month? $120 a month just for streaming services. Why would you do that? Just pirate them, dude. For legal purposes, I don't encourage piracy, but I absolutely do encourage piracy. Steal that shit, dude. Do whatever you can. For real. Hell yeah, I want some of that shit. Yeah, me too. Me too. The cocaine coke, I believe that's what you're referencing. Yeah, me too. I think we all want some of that shit, for real. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see it go. Netflix get wiped off the board. It's just, there's no place for it in the market anymore. Why? I'm gonna cry. I miss Netflix so bad. And I don't really have anything else I wanted to talk about, to be honest. There is something that I was overjoyous in finding out the other day. James Corden is no longer going to be the host of The Late Late Show. Next year, in 2023, he's no longer going to be on television. How fucking awesome is that? Joy to the world. I am fucking elated. I'm just so glad that we get that motherfucker off of our goddamn screens. That chubby prick. I don't have anything against him besides the fact that I just called him a chubby prick. But he's just so annoying. I don't know. He's got the personality of a fucking piece of cardboard with a face drawn on it, which isn't very much. And it's like, you can tell the audience, whenever he makes a joke, it's so forced. You can tell the audience is forced to laugh. They get that little sign where it's got laugh on it. They hold it up whenever he tells a shitty joke, and everybody laughs. They're like, ha 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 ha, this is great. This is fucking spectacular. Whatever, dude. I'm just glad that it's over. And on that same note, Ellen has also retired from television. Oh yeah, that's right. That bitch Ellen been manipulating her fans, manipulating her workers for how long she been on television now? Fucking 10 years. She's gone. She's over. Her career's done. They're both leaving in 2023. And you know what? I'll drink to that. I'll drink to both of them leaving in fucking 2023. A little bit of ASMR there for you guys. Live on YouTube. Maybe I should change the title to ASMR with Ike Palmer. If he leaves, he'll most likely end up on another show. And you know what? That's the sad reality of it all. He's just going to be picked up by another network or whatever and shilled around like a little fucking pinball in a pinball machine. He's round enough to do that. Nuclear take, boys and girls. Let's go. But what I don't understand, right? The guy who hosted The Late Late Show before James Corden, Craig Ferguson, he was based. He was sick as fuck. Why did they get rid of him? I want Craig Ferguson back. He was so good. He was funny. He had the little robot thing and fucking dude dressed up in a horse costume. That was funny. That was weird. It was quirky. And then we get James Corden. He's like, I dress up in a mouse costume and stop traffic. I'm so quirky, dude. Shut the fuck up. You don't have a Jeff. You don't have a robot co-host. Now that's sick. That's baller as fuck. That's what we need on television now. Robot co-hosts, people dressed in horse costumes. Oh well. This is the world we live in. This is the world as we are today. Oh well, it is what it is. He's just James Corden. He sucks. He's annoying. Fuck James Corden for real. Oh no, I thought she was cancelled. Yeah, she was, because she treated a fucking guests like shit apparently, and her workers even worse. And then it was a bunch of trivial shit. You know, it's just like Twitter shit. Oh my God, she said when she was in isolation, this is worse than being in a prison in a fucking $3 million house. And that's fine. Like, I understand the outrage behind that, but it's just like, she said words. Who fucking cares? You don't give a shit about the people in correctional facilities. You don't care about their quality of life. Why are you getting all outraged about it? And let's be honest, correctional facilities, they ain't exactly correctional facilities. They're just places to hold the bad people. We're not here trying to rehabilitate people. And it's sad. I think people should deserve a second chance, depending on what they do, of course, and the severity of their crimes. Oh well. Oh no, Ellen and James Corden going to start a new show in 2023. Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, because they're kind of like the same energy. They're like annoying little fucking... They think they're so good, but they really just suck, and no one actually likes them. That's the Ellen energy. You know what I mean? They absolutely have no personality. It's just like I don't know. It's so easy to like hate them so viscerally. They've got a face only their mother could love. They've got a face for radio, goddammit. 3 executive producers said they didn't like her, so they left Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres? Whoa! Nuclear take. Yeah. No, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, did they not like her personality or the way she was going about business? Because I heard that she was being a bit of a bitch behind the scenes. Regardless, I'm glad it's over. The reign of James Corden has come to an end. We need more, like I said in my last video that I actually posted, not Saturday Night Live, but my actual content, which I hopefully will be doing more of sooner rather than later. But obviously, we all got to pay the bills. I'm a little wage slavey bitch boy, you know. I got a day job too, ladies and gentlemen. So it takes up a lot of time. That's why I was late today as well, by the way. Sorry about that, all you eager viewers out there in the audience. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying completely. The thought train just fucking left the station and didn't take me with it. But yeah, that's basically all I had to talk about today. It wasn't a very long one, but yeah. If any of you want to jump in voice chat and have a little bit of a discussion live on the air, have a little bit of a co-host moment, that would be awesome. That would be sick. But of course, no pressure. I've seen Ellen was sexist and homophobic. That's ironic. Even though she's lesbian, and James has grandeur. That's true. He has a very big, like, it seems like he's got like a superiority complex. Like he thinks he's so much better than everyone else. And he's like, I'm James Corden. I'm so funny. Everybody laughed at me. He's just fat and British. And so the American audience is like, I eat that shit up. Like fucking hotcakes, dude. But yeah, it's kind of ironic that Ellen is sexist and homophobic. What, sexist against men? Is that what that means? I don't know. I don't necessarily know if that's what that means. Because if that's so, then damn, most of the people on Twitter are like, that's based. She hates men. Epic. That's the popular take nowadays. But that's fine. I live with it as a man. I think she applied social pressure. Applied social pressure? What does that mean? What does that imply? I don't want to know. Hey, look, as long as she's not applying social pressure Harvey Weinstein style, I think we're okay. We're fairly all right in that department. You know, there was actually a Twitter thread that I wanted to talk about earlier today, and I went to bring it up before the show, but it turns out this motherfucker got suspended on Twitter. Elon Musk, Twitter is not free. You can't talk about what you want. You still get suspended. Yeah, that shit's from a suspended account, hardcore. This shit's gone. But basically, this guy, what was his name? Wiener. I don't know if that's their actual name. Weiner, something or other. Was like, I'm going to write a whole like 18 tweet thread about how I had incestuous relations. And it's at times like this where I wish we were living in a totalitarian fucking fascist society where nobody could tweet, because that's disgusting. Why would you openly tweet something like that out? It's so fucking ridiculous. Just thinking like, oh yeah, people are gonna like this tweet. And you know what? The sad thing is it got traction. People retweeted it. People liked it. It's fucking insanity. Like, the things that people post on the internet, especially TikTok, people get way too comfortable on their platforms and they're like, oh, I just shit my pants at work today. Ha ha ha. Silly little me. What's wrong with me? And then just like overshare. Hardcore. What happened to having a private life? Yeah, some people have no fucking shame at all. And I think there's a bit of positiveness to that. Like, you're allowed to have no shame. You're allowed to be a little bit based. You know what I mean? You're allowed to just be like, fuck it. I don't care what anyone thinks. That's cool. But when it gets to a point where you're like, I'm openly letting the world know that I shit my goddamn pants in the fucking train station today. Everyone smelt it and everyone knew it was me. I should have been wearing my diaper. Ha ha ha. That's just embarrassing. Think about, right? This is what I want to say to all those people who are happy with oversharing. Your kids, whenever you have them or if you decide to have them, you put something on the internet, it's up there forever. It stays in the cloud, man. Even though you delete it off Twitter or delete it off YouTube or whatever the fuck, it never leaves. It's always there, just slow, like in the background, seeping into other servers, getting saved by people, getting downloaded. It never, ever gets deleted. And that's the internet iceberg for you. So one day down the line, in 10 years' time, you could be chilling with your family, watching fucking, I don't know, Simpsons. It'll probably still be on in 10 years' time anyway. Season 732. And all of a sudden, your kid's like, hey, Mum, or hey, Dad, what's this TikTok about? And it's the TikTok you posted of you shitting yourself at the train station. Why? Why would you post that to the internet? It's schizo. It's literally schizo. And I think, like I said in my last video, there's an element to it where you can just be insane. And like, what I mean by that is the fact that you can just be yourself to the nth degree. You can exacerbate yourself a little bit. You can be embellished of your own personality. But if you're just going to be posting schizo things for the sake of posting schizo things, like about your mental illness, that's cool. Like, bring awareness to it. But like, people are just way too comfortable. Especially on Twitter and TikTok. And I don't know, man. I don't like it. I'm not a massive fan of that. I think we, as a society, we live in a society. You want to know how I got these scars? Well, my dad was a Twitter user. It's just, yeah, some people are insane. Some people are schizo. And I think, let them be. There's nothing we can do about it. I know I'm like saying, you know what, stop. Don't be crazy. But there's nothing we can do about it, really, truly. Don't do something you'll be proud of. Never do something you'll be proud of, ever. Won't be proud of. Yeah, exactly. Don't do something you won't show your grandmother. Let's put it that way. Although then again, I would never show my grandmother my streams. Lord, no. Lord, no. Half the shit I talk about probably needs a lot more context than what I give in the streams. So, you know, there's that too. But that's another thing altogether. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the audience? Mac Jr. and Luke 56. What's happening? What's popping? You know, actually, I was going to say, I think maybe next week I'm going to try and look for a co-host. Because it's kind of hard to... Like, I've got a plethora of topics to talk about, but to have it just rattle around in the echo chamber that is my skull, it kind of... It's a bit lonely. It does get a little bit lonely, but also I feel like this show could go a lot longer if I have a co-host. You know what I mean? If I had someone to bounce ideas off of, have a bit of a discussion with. And I don't like saying my point of view is the point of view you should have. I don't like being the first and last and only option for thoughts. You know what I mean? What is this? George Orwell's 1984? I am Big Brother? Bow down. Then self-expression can be bizarre. Oh yeah, it can be. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing a fucking fedora and a suit online. That's kind of embarrassing, dude. What's Discord? Like, Pong bounce back and forth. Yeah, exactly. Bounce ideas off of. You know what I mean? I think... For me personally, if I was having an engaging conversation with someone and giving them my ideas, and then they have their perspective, and they tell me what their perspective is, I can understand and empathize. You know what I mean? It just makes it a lot easier to, conversate. Obviously, it's hard to conversate with yourself. I'm literally here talking into what feels like the void. Just a little black dot, little camera. It's kind of weird. It is kind of strange. But I do like streaming by myself, and I probably will do a couple. But as I was saying, it would be nice to have like some kind of co-host sort of thing. But I don't know. It is a bit of a process to find someone who's the right fit to the kind of content I want to create. And that's not to say that I want to, like I said, George Orwell, my co-host, but I do think it's important to have similar values to the person that you're co-hosting with. You know what I mean? So you can be on the same page whilst also trying to discuss different perspectives and different ideas. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it just becomes a big circle jerk echo chamber of the same words just being said over and over again. It's like, well, what's the point? You're not getting anywhere with this. You're not progressing mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's just one big fuck around. And what's the point? Also, this is the Discord. How do I share the server? Invite people. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to invite them and then paste that in the chat. I'll do a couple. Whoops, I fucked that up royally. So if you want to join the Discord server, it's not actually mine, but one of these days I'll make myself a Discord server just for Saturday Arc Live. But if you want to go into Joint or Joint 2, and then I'll drag you up into recording, and then we can have a bit of a conversation. I don't know why I posted it 5 times. It's not like chat's going awfully fast, but you know, it is what it is. This is the Ike Palmer way of life. I'm going to put on some music in the background, just quietly. Let's make it just a little bit louder. Let me know if that's a little bit too loud, if it's not loud enough. Let me know. But yeah, I wish I had more topics to talk about, but the internet's kind of dead recently. There's not a whole lot going on. I mean, there's some updates in the John Swan thing, but I don't really want to talk about that. It's just the same thing with commentary. It's just a big fucking circle jerk. They all think they're so good, and we have to expose everyone else. We have to have the next big scoop. And more people are getting roped into it. It's kind of weird, but that's commentary, and that's what commentary always has been since like 2016. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. Commentary has been sort of fucked up since like 2017, 2018, like the whole Slazzo thing. When that happened, oh Lord Almighty, that was the downfall. That was when everyone's like, I'm going to hunt down all of the pedos and assaulters of the community, and I'm going to bring them to the light. I'm Alex. But you don't. How hard is it to say, I don't want to talk about this publicly, but I encourage you to go to the police. I encourage you to go to some form of authority. Fuck it, even your parents, it doesn't matter. Take it to someone who can actually do something about it. What do you want me to do about it? I'm a fucking YouTuber, buddy. I've got no authority when it comes to depraved acts on the internet. A lot of YouTubers don't actually have any authority besides the fact that they just talk about these things. They don't, I don't know, some people hold them on such a pedestal where it's like, oh, if I go to a YouTuber and say, this person did this to me, they're going to make an expose video on them and ruin their life. And you know what? That's happened a few times. And it definitely does happen on the internet, where people's whole entire careers and lives and possible futures have been completely destroyed. But for what? Nothing gets done legally. Nothing gets done in the long term. These people still exist in society to do it again. If you went to the police and they truly did something wrong, and then there was a conviction, and then they go to jail, then there's something actually done about it. But if you're just fucking around, talking to a YouTuber, expecting something to be done about it, what? Like I said, they just make videos about this shit. They don't have any authority. They don't have any fucking way to take down these pedos or fucking sexual abusers. They're just people. You know what I mean? It's so fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. People hold other people on the internet in too high a regard. I think if we viewed people as people, we wouldn't be in this position. You know what I mean? Like, if we stopped idolizing these fucking massive YouTubers, there wouldn't be an issue. Because you look at a YouTuber and you go, oh, that's something I want to do. I admire what you're doing. And then you get involved with their content, whether it be through commenting or, live, through chat. It doesn't matter. You get involved and you go, I feel a connection with this person. And that's what every YouTuber is trying to do. They're trying to build a connection with their audience so they can return. They can keep coming back for the juicy content. But it creates parasocial relationships, which this person's just creating content. It's not that deep, you know what I mean? They're just doing their job or doing a hobby, you know what I mean? And then they go, the viewer's like, I like this. I like feeling some form of recognition from this person who I put on such a pedestal. You're so high up, you're so much higher than me that when I get your recognition, all the serotonin in my brain gets depleted. I'm like fucking pinging. This is great. This is awesome. Foaming at the mouth. But in reality, they're just humans. And a lot of the time, people of that age, of that sort of caliber, when they first blow up, they don't know what to do with it. They freak out. They're like, oh my God, I'm so popular. What do I do? Like, I've got 1 million people watching. Say, for example, you blow up one day. You've got like 1,000 subscribers. And then the next day, I don't know, fucking PewDiePie shouts you out. PewDiePie retweets your tweet. And then you get to 1 million subs. You're like, fuck, this is awesome. I can make this a living. I can actually do what I've wanted to do for a long time, make my own money in my own way. But then slowly it sets in. Fuck. I have 1 million people watching me, 1 million different people on this planet. And it's like such a large number you can't comprehend. And you think millions large. There are people out there with billions of subscribers. Billions. You know how many millions are in a billion? Fuck. It's insane. It's insane. Like, I don't think, me personally, I would be able to handle that kind of attention. Like, fuck, I'd be happy if I reached 1,000 subs. You know what I mean? I'd be content. I'd be like, you know what? I've done my duty. Not that I would stop making content, but like, I've done enough to where I'm satisfied in myself, and I can just be like, well, I don't need to go any further, let alone 100,000. That's a ridiculous number. Like, I live in a town, billions of subs with millions of views. That's exactly right. It's like a big discrepancy, you know what I mean? Like, if there's 1 billion subs and 1 million views, yeah, it is terrifying in any form of entertainment. Is just having an audience, you know what I mean? Having someone watch what you do is such a crazy thing, an insane thing. And like, it seems pretty simple, like a pretty simple concept. Seems pretty stupid to be talking about it in such a way. But what I don't think the viewers understand is that what may seem like a number to you is so extremely personal to a YouTuber or a content creator of any kind. Like, even if, like, this sounds stupid, but I'll make a tweet on Twitter, right? And I'll get 3 likes and I'll be like, damn, that one's doing numbers, boys. Let's go. I'm a niche internet micro celebrity based. But it's like, it's about perspective. You know what I mean? Like, for me, 3's a lot. And that's 3 individual people who have seen my tweet and thought, you know what, that's good enough, I'm going to like it. let alone 1,000. That's fucking terrifying. 1,000 people, if you got them all in a room, and you got them all to stand in a room, you need a pretty large room for 1,000 people. Fuck, you need a pretty large room for 500 people. You know what I mean? For 100 people even, you need a decent sized room. Let alone 500,000, or 1 million, or 1 billion. That's an eighth of this fucking population. That's a lot of fucking people. Imagine getting that many views on a video. Knowing that 1 billion people, an eighth of this planet, it's a numbers so big, your brain can't even comprehend it properly. Your brain is like trying to understand, and you think you understand that number, but really think about it, really focus on it. Can you visualize 1 billion people? Just off the top of your head. Can you just visualize like how big a room, what kind of container you would need to fit 1 billion people? It's insane. It's literally like, and having that many people idolize you, think you're some form of moral or emotional guidance. It's crazy, because that's a lot of pressure for one person. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just expect someone like that to be so, and not a single person is the same. Twins, well, even you say twins question mark, but like even twins, they're so drastically different in minute ways. Even identical twins, they've still got different idiosyncrasies, because it may be physically and genetically the same set of eyeballs, but they see it from a different perspective. You know what I mean? And so Jared Leto? What the fuck? What do you mean Jared Leto? But it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's insane. It's insane to think about that on that sort of grandeur perspective. Don't mind me having a fucking existential crisis live on the air. That's just a casual Ike Palmer moment, let's be real. Patented TM. All rights reserved. Ike Palmer moment. He's handled parasocial to an extreme. Made it social. Oh, well, he's also done a lot of other things, so I've heard. Unless that's what you're referring to, because he's a bit of a interesting character, that Jared Leto. Method acting? Oh yeah, base, dude. I'm going to put in fangs for my role as Morbius. Hey, you know what? Good on him, because he got that fucking hashtag Morbius sweep. Everybody was out there watching Morbius. Did anyone in the chat go and see Morbius in the cinema? I know I did. That's a lie. I haven't fucking seen Morbius yet. I haven't really been watching any films recently. It's kind of sad. Because I do like films. I'm a bit of a resident film bro myself. But I don't like it to the point where I'm like, I know every single bit of dialogue from fucking this obscure black and white film from the 1930s. Even though in the 1930s it was all silent film. Man, see, that just goes to show that I'm not that much of a film bro. I'm a fucking poser, dude. It's not even real. Nothing's real. We live in a fake reality. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else on the docket for tonight. I'm still sort of reeling about that. I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back into it. As based. Dude, that's me. I'm a mid-century TV fan. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And I like when, back in the day, it was like hour-long serials where they would release it in a theater. But it was like a television series. Like, there's an old black and white... Let me see if I can get a photo of it, but it's like the old Batman serials. Like, really old. Yeah, here we go. This motherfucker. Let's see if I can get it up. Yeah, hang on. Chat's in the way. That's annoying. That's also annoying. Fuck. Man, look at me boomer style. I can't fucking do anything. See? That kind of Batman. I think that's fucking sick. Because they used to come out every, like, week or something. Or every month, maybe. I don't know. But they would release it in the cinema. And it was like TV. It was like Netflix. You know what I mean? Except it's evolved to the point where nobody goes to the fucking cinema anymore. Nobody goes to watch... Well, people go to the cinema, but like... not as many as they would back then, because that was like the only form of entertainment. I'm going to fix that real quick because that's just going to bug me. I think that should be okay. Yeah, that's what it was like. Okay. But otherwise, like, yeah, people don't really go to the cinema anymore unless they are certified film bros. Or it's just another, like, little cape shit fucking thing. People like, and I say that as I'm like, oh yeah, dude, the Batman serials went hard. That was like literally the 1940s. I'm surprised they didn't have Batman fighting Adolf Hitler, which also, coincidentally, today was the day that that guy just got himself done, which, you know, hooray for that, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's what we needed for mid-century Earth. Obviously, it's what we needed. But I tell you what, it's the anniversary and everybody's fucking tweeting about it. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I'm a little bit terminally online. No, that's not true. I just get all of my stories from Twitter. And it's just stupid shit I like to talk about, you know what I mean? The hype back then went crazy. Oh yeah, that shit went bonkers, dude. That shit went insane. People are like, oh my god. Oh my god. It's like people waiting for the next season of Game of Thrones, except for the last season. That was asked. And they're like, oh my god, it's so good. I can't wait next month to see the next fucking episode. And then 40 minutes was enough for them. And then they go outside and play with their fucking sticks and frisbees or whatever the fuck they did in the 1940s. It shows my age. Isn't it crazy to think I'm 20 years old? I wasn't around in the 1940s, so I could say all this and I could just be lying. I guarantee most of my viewers are also not from the 1940s, so you can't verify. You can't say yes or no to the fact that everybody was like hyped as fuck for the 1940s Batman cereal. But I used to have like a little box set, right, of those cereals, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, Kellogg's Cornflakes cereal?" No, dude, like Batman cereals. And I was like, I watched them. I used to watch them religiously. This shit's so good. Like, it's just like, this is quality content. This is what it was like back in the day. They could hold a story and tell a narrative without it being like, fucking. They were the start of what is it called? Cliffhangers. Well, they used to do that in books too. They used to be like, well, come back in the next book episode to see if the detective figures out, if Poirot figures out who murdered that poor woman, blah, blah, blah. And then that just translated really well to television. And it's interesting because a lot of books are created and adapted into film or television shows, especially fucking television shows. I mean, have you guys seen The Boys? Oh, that shit goes hard as fuck. I love that show. That shit fucking slaps, dude. And you know what's even better? The comics. The Boys comics. Oh, I only own the first. It's like, so they actually released it like normal comic books, like little bits, like issues. And then they made like not a chronology, but like an anthology. Like they'd put them all together and release it as one big like book. I've got the first one of that, and I think there's 3, and I want to get the other 2 because they're so fucking good, and it's a lot more graphic than the show. And if you've seen the show, you're probably thinking, what the fuck? More graphic than the show? Yeah, man. That shit's... Whew. Within the first, like, 3 pages is a fucking sex scene. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's stupid. It goes insanity. Oh, actually, you know what? There is something else that I wanted to talk about. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't know too much about the fucking case. I was following it a little bit last week. We kind of talked about it. But Johnny Depp, he's about to get destroyed because Big Daddy Elon is going to be taking the stand. After taking Twitter by command, he's going to be taking the stand because he was kind of fooling around with Amber Heard back in the day. So he's going to be testifying. I'm not sure if it's already happened or if it's going to happen. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. And I'm not sure how I feel about it because, I mean, so far, I think definitively Johnny Depp, he's got this shit in the bag. He's got the W already. Just end the fucking case, dude. Johnny Depp's won. He's vindicated. He's never coming back to Pirates of the Caribbean, which is fucking tragic. considering he's the only person on this world, on this planet, who could play Jack Sparrow. Seriously. I believe that to a T, because either in the next Pirates movie, they're going to try and recast him, or they're just going to try and do it without Jack Sparrow, and guess what? That's going to fucking bomb. That's not going to work at all. In the same way that Fantastic Beasts, they try to get rid of him as Grindelwald or whatever. And don't get me wrong, the guy who replaced him, hang on, let me do a little quick Google. What's his name? Mads Mikkelsen. He's alright, he's a good actor, don't get me wrong, but the fact that you had such a drastic change mid-production, he'd already done most of his scenes, Johnny Depp, but then when the Amber Heard shit started, they were like, no, we want you off. And that's the issue with society. Here we go again, man. I'm the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby. We live in a society. I just think, you know, a lot of them jump the gun, and like in this post-Weinstein world of entertainment, you will get fucked when you keep someone on who's controversial. But if it turns out that they're not as controversial as you think, they were falsely accused, i.e. Johnny Depp, then you're fucked. Public opinion, the court of public opinion is going to fuck you. Hardcore. 1000%. And I think it's fair. It's justified at that point. Did you see Alejandro Romero's testimony? No, I didn't. I will... Alejandro Romero testimony. First thing that comes up in search bar. Let's have a look. Oh, this looks good. Oh, fuck. 35 minutes. Alright, well, this is going to be a long one, I guess. I'll play it on double speed just so we... time to pause the music. Let's go. Let's go.
And is that for the Action Property Management Company?
That's correct.
Okay, holy shit. I cannot understand what the fuck they're saying at 2 times speed. Alright. Let's go. This guy looks like a little bit of a Chad. A little bit of a based fella. He's this is the guy you want to go to if you want to get a good testimony.
How long have you been employed at the Eastern Columbia Building?
Approximately 13 years.
And
Holy
could you
shit.
please describe what kind of work you do for the Eastern Columbia Building?
Most of it is just access control, and I deal with a lot of residents regarding their packages and food deliveries.
Okay. And have you done that pretty much for the whole 10 years?
That's correct.
I'm going to take you back to 2015 and 2016
Objection, hearsay. I was waiting for that like 15 times over.
for a moment. How many people would you say would go through the building on any particular day in that time? I'm talking tenants and visitors.
I cannot say a number because there's 147 units in the building, and there are visitors, guests, friends.
Hang on. Is his testimony... I thought this was like a live call-in, but up here you see it's fucking Romero012221 _edit.mp4 on fucking VLC media player. So, is this not live? I thought this would be like a live call-in. He basically was vaping with short stoner statements. Then he drives while on a live video call in front of a courtroom. Okay, all right. This guy, I was right. My impressions of this guy right off the bat, base. This guy's a fucking Chad. He's the best. Like, I like this guy. I fucking love this guy.
Actually, we used to send delivery people out. We don't send it anymore because of the COVID. But I cannot tell you a number. There's thousands of people probably.
Have you ever met Johnny Depp?
I saw him a couple of times.
Okay. Do you remember what Mr. Depp was wearing on any of those occasions?
Nope.
Do you remember what jewelry he had on?
Nope.
Do you remember what headgear he was wearing? He was wearing a scarf or a hat?
No.
Do you remember whether Mr. Depp was wearing any makeup or eyeliner?
Nope, I don't remember. Nope.
You couldn't tell me one way or the other, right?
No.
Do you know whether Mr. Depp
He's literally like, no, I've got no answers for you, buddy. Sorry. This isn't going anywhere. Why are you questioning me? Fuck off.
had ever been physically violent with Amber Heard? And by this I mean hitting, punching, throwing out.
If he didn't remember if he's fucking wearing earrings or not, I don't know, man. That's a bit weird.
Objects at her, kicking her, headbutting her. Do you know one way or the other whether Mr. Depp ever did that to Ms. Heard?
Nope.
Headbutting.
Have you ever
Christ.
seen Mr. Depp slam things around or be angry?
No, I have never seen him like that.
I'm going to ask you some questions now about Amber Heard. When did you first meet Amber Heard?
I believe she was dancing in the lobby. I met her at the front desk. I got to interact more with her sister, Whitney, I believe that's her name, and her good friend Rocky. And but Amber, I only see her like once in a while when she was sometimes used to get packages.
Do you recall whether Ms. Heard became a resident sometime around March 2016?
Don't remember.
Did you tell me one way or the other?
I just can't remember. Like I said, it's been so.
This is a massive fucking nothing burger. What's the point of fucking interviewing him? Well, getting his testimony, he's just like, I don't remember. I don't know. I know nothing. He's like that guy from fucking Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing. I know nothing. That wasn't. It was okay. I'm not even gonna address that. Lol. That wasn't racist. I swear.
So long, I just don't remember. And like, I know you guys sent me the papers to review, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to review them because it's been so long. It's like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Yes, I went through the witness statement.
Johnny's like, he's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Johnny's like, yeah, me too, pal. I'm sorry you got fucking dragged into this, buddy.
Everything that he's reading there, that's what I said.
And-
That was correct. That was accurate.
Okay.
That's why I signed it.
So during the time between 2015 and 2016, how many times would you say total that you interacted with Amber Heard?
For a whole year, I can give you a number. Because it could be like, probably I'll saw Amber for 3 times in one day, probably I'll see like 5 times, or probably I will never see him for a whole week. So I don't have, like, never been a routine.
Okay. How would you describe Amber Heard's interactions with you? Were they friendly? Would she smile at you? Would she talk with you?
She was really friendly. She always smiled. But we never had like a interaction as a.
Saying the same question 100 times gets me so livid. Court would be a fucking nightmare. You know what? That's true. It would suck so much to have to go through this, especially like the earlier stages of the hearing where the fucking Amber Heard's lawyer was like, am I getting this correct? Am I getting this right? Did I read this right? And he's like, yes, you continue to read them correctly. Please shut the fuck up. And I guarantee most court cases aren't like that because, one, this lawyer's incompetent as fuck. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And two, you don't want to waste the court's time. You don't want to waste the judge's time. Why would you do that? That's just fucked. You're just wasting resources for no apparent reason. But this one is because it's such a big public spectacle. I think they want to drag it on for as long as possible. You know, really get the juice out of it, drain it for all it's fucking worth.
That's really close relationship, like I do with some of the other residents. She never told me any of her problems. She never stopped by and talked about her personal life. She never did that.
They're asking you about a date that you recall seeing Amber Heard on May 25th, 2016. You see that?
Yes, I do.
And you said, probably, I just can't remember the days. I've got a really bad memory for the dates. Did you see that?
Yep.
So, Mr. Romero, would you at any time be able to...
Dude just hit the fucking pen. He hit the pen mid-fucking court call. I mean, it's legal. He's probably in LA, right? He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
remember what type of clothing Amber Heard was wearing from one of her events?
Nope, I don't remember.
Would you remember on any daily basis what type of hairstyle she was wearing?
Nope.
Would you remember on any type of basis what type of bag Amber Heard was carrying?
No.
Would you be able to say whether Amber Heard was dressed up or casual on any given day?
No.
Would you be able to say whether what type of makeup Amber Heard was wearing on any given day?
No.
It feels a little trappy, like they're trying to incite statements they can use against to a question already answered or known. Yeah, they're just trying to get him to like say a different statement, like to backtrack or like get anything they possibly can out of him. And that's how you know that the defense, not the defense, the prosecution, Amber Heard's, well, I'm actually not sure which way around it is, to be honest, but Amber Heard's lawyers, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Would you be able to say, for example, whether Amber Heard had on concealer or foundation on any given day?
No.
Would you
What? This guy doesn't know a fucking, what is he, a fucking makeup artist? He doesn't have a, what's his name? Fucking Alejandro fucking _MUA Instagram account? He doesn't know what the fuck, whether she's wearing concealer. What the fuck kind of question is that? What an idiot.
be able to say whether Amber Heard had on blush or powder on any given day?
No.
Would you be able to say whether Amber Heard had a mascara or eyeliner on any given
But I
day?
prefer a lawyer represent me and ask the same question 100 times and trap people. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. If you were in that position where you're being defended, you would want that person to pull out all the stops in order to get your defense the most possible, best outcome that it possibly can. But being on the other side of it, being Johnny, it's just a waste of time. This whole fucking testimony is a nothing burger. We're 6.5 minutes in, and it's literally nothing has happened. This is like negative. Where like it's just wasting the court's time. It's pointless.
Yeah.
No.
How about eyebrow pencil or lip pencil?
No.
Do you have any memories of Amber Heard?
You should have just left it at that. Do you have any memories? He clearly fucking doesn't, dude. He's cooked as fuck. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. He's probably in a legal state. He can smoke as much pot as he fucking wants, dude. Who cares? Who fucking cares? He doesn't know anything.
Wearing a particular type of makeup with a type of outfit.
No.
If you were asked to describe any characteristics of Amber Heard from 2 days earlier without knowing you were going to be asked, would you be able
so
to
good,
testify
man.
to any of those? What she was wearing, what her makeup was, what her hairstyle was?
That's a fucking
No, I
good one.
probably won't remember.
When is the first time that you recall anyone saying anything to you about the police being called at the EC building because of a domestic dispute between Mr. Depp and Amber Heard?
Well, to answer your question, whatever happened, it happened on a Saturday. I don't work Saturday. When I got there on Monday, they asked me, "Oh, you heard what happened?" And I said, "No, what happened?" So that's how I find out. Then I went to the cameras to see what was going on. Then as soon as I saw John,
He's like, I'm not even working on Saturdays. What the fuck, dude? I got no idea. Somebody else told me. They're like, oh my god, did you hear what happened? Why didn't they get one of those people to testify? Why did they get this guy? He's got no fucking idea what's going on.
me there on the camera on the elevator, just walking back and forward on the camera in the elevator. And I said, okay, I know that was Tim, and that's all I knew. But I was not there on that Saturday when that happened. I believe that whatever that happened, they say it happened, and when they called the police, I believe it wasn't a Saturday, and I was not there.
Okay. Do you recall who told you that on that Monday following the Saturday?
Okay, Don. As a matter of fact, I think it was one of the residents that approached me, and they said there was a lot of noise because the person was working out on the gym that's next to the penthouse. They heard a bunch of noise, and that's it. And that's why I checked the cameras. And when I looked at the cameras, and I saw Johnny, like I said, was just walking back and forward in the elevator. And I said, like, okay, all right, okay, no, I'll try to figure it out. And I didn't say anything more. I turned off the camera, and that's it.
So the first part of that, somebody was working out and heard noise?
Someone was working out on the gym and heard the noise. They heard a lot of noise on the hallway because it's really rare to hear anything because most of the time the penthouse level is really quiet.
Okay. Do you remember who the person was in the gym that heard a lot of noise in the penthouse that night?
That's correct. I do remember the person.
Who is it?
I remember the person. It's been a resident in the building for a long time. I don't remember her name.
And where is the gym in comparison to the penthouse?
She's like, oh my god, he remembers something. He said yes, oh my god, what is it? I don't remember her name, dude. What the fuck? You expect me to remember everyone's name? It'd be a big building. If there's a penthouse, it'd be a fucking massive building. You expect him to remember every single resident? Dude, come on. You expect him to do his fucking homework before he goes into a live testimony? No, he's in his fucking van, dude.
That's owned by Mr. Depp.
Like I said, Johnny Depp owns all the penthouse on below the clock. The gym on the Eastern Columbia building is just in front of one of the penthouses. You actually can see it through the window.
You can see the gym through a window of the penthouse, or you can see the penthouse through a window of the gym?
You can see the gym through one of the windows to the penthouse, and they have a patio that leads to the gym. Penthouse has a patio that leads to the gym.
Okay. And this tenant, if you think of her name while you're, even if we're asking another question, please let me know. This tenant, this is a resident there, right, that saw this?
Yeah, I believe her name is Shauna.
And so she told you she heard a lot of noise.
That's correct.
Did she describe anything, voices, any objects, anything like that?
No, she just said it was a noise. Not just noise. And she was just surprised because, like I said, it's always really quiet.
Okay. And so she wanted to know what happened. And so you went to the video cameras to look at video. How did you know when to look for them?
Because she got the time. She got the time that she was working out. That's why I figured out to track the time on the camera and looked. And then when as soon as I saw, like I said, Johnny Depp walking back and forth in the elevator, I turned off the camera and I figured out, okay, this is what happened. I figured out we wanted to together, so I was okay.
When you said you figured out what happened after you saw Johnny Depp in the elevator, what did you figure out that happened?
I figured out that's why they called the cops, the police.
Because
They called the police. The motherfuckers called the police on me. They know I'm live. I'm getting swatted. Here we go. No, I'm just kidding. I hope not. I really fucking hope not. That'd be a great third episode, huh?
why?
Because of the noise that was on the penthouse level.
Mr. Romero, I'm going to ask you to look at, this is a video clip marked as Romero Exhibit number 8.
He's so bored. He's so fucking bored. I'm gonna skip through this to see if he fucking actually
I
says
gave her the
something.
key, and they were talking about. I told her, you know what, your dog. I was talking with Raquel because her dog got out of her unit, and that was one of my concerns. I was told, you know what, I saw your dog.
Damn the popo. They're coming for me, man. They know. Oh, he's laughing. I might go this part.
Sorry, how they got there? Before they went and get the key. They come down. They say, somebody tried to get into my unit. There's scratches on my door. They're like, oh, I'm really sorry, but who will think is gonna get into your unit because they saw some scratches on the door, like what, 4 inches above the door? Because the dog was scratching the door, was trying to get in, and they thought about someone trying to break into the unit. I said, in my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor and your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. And they were so afraid. Oh, somebody's trying to get into my unit. Like, oh, come on, really? And I actually...
You see that? He's starting to laugh, and his lawyer's like...
That was the dog trying to get...
It was a fucking dog. He's laughing, and his lawyer's like, stop laughing. Stop fucking laughing. This is not looking good for our case.
Actually, when they asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. It's part of my job, make sure they're safe. But I didn't understand why they want me to do that. Like, I don't know. I just so stressed out because of this. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this court case. Everybody got problems, and I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't want to put this.
This guy is based. I fucking love this guy so much. He's like, I'm stressed out, dude. I'm really highly strung because of this case. It's freaking me out, man. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Let me fucking leave. And she's like, I've just got a couple more questions for you. He's like, shut up. Leave me alone. I don't fucking know anything. He doesn't know anything. Look at him. You think he knows what the fuck? He watched Amber Heard slice Johnny Depp's finger off. He watched it happen. No, he fucking didn't. He works the front desk. He wasn't even working the day that something went down. He came in on Monday and they're like, did you hear what happened? He's like, no. I didn't fucking hear shit, dude. What the fuck?
More words.
The interaction you just testified about with Amber Heard and Rocky Pennington, and talking about the dog and going up and checking out the penthouse, none of that was on video footage, correct?
That's correct. We don't have cameras in the video. Sorry, we don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as Romero Exhibit Number 1. It's a deposition that was taken of you on July 19, 2016. Now, that's approximately 2 months after the May 21, 2016 incident. Do you recall giving that deposition?
16 probably did. I don't remember.
Okay. I'm going to take you to page 35.
He doesn't give a fuck. I love this guy. He's like, I don't fucking remember, dude.
Answer then was, I say that because when I saw Amber, I was not looking to see anything on her face. I was not looking to see anything. Do you recall giving that testimony under oath back at that time, 2 months after the incident?
Yes, I remember. Because like I said, I always make eye contact with someone I'm talking to, but I'm not looking to find something like oh, your makeup's wrong, you haven't have to change your eyebrows, or your eyelashes are not even, or...
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't own a fucking makeup artist account on his fucking Instagram, dude. Like, what?
For anything. I'm just looking at their eyes, and I'm not looking for anything else. But if I see something, I will probably remember.
If you saw something, right?
Yeah, I would probably see, like, if she had a swollen, like if she was wearing makeup, I probably would have been seeing the swollen. I probably would remember that. But I was not looking for anything. I was like, oh, you know.
How swollen was Amber on the 25th of May? How swollen was her cheek?
Well, according to the pictures I've been seeing right now that you're showing me, it was pretty swollen. I probably will remember that.
How many days later did you see her from that swelling?
That was on a Wednesday. That was on Saturday to Wednesday.
Right. How many days would it be fair to say that you cannot...
Rocking back and forth, rubbing his hands. He seems uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, he's stressed. Was domestically abused by Johnny Depp.
Bro, he's reloading the cart mid-fucking testifying.
I cannot say that. I would not agree to testify against anyone of domestic violence because I was not there. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I was not there. I was never there. I was probably hundreds of miles away, and I have no idea what happened that day.
And do you remember that
this guy's so good?
Of wine, a glass of wine and bottle of wine stains on the floor outside of the in the hallway of the penthouse from May 21st.
Yeah, he's fidgeting hardcore. He really doesn't want to be in this fucking position.
I remember going to Mark. I'm not gonna say it was going.
All right. Well,
I'm not an expert.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next portion of this deposition contains questions asked by counsel for Mr. Depp.
You sit here today. When you saw her at the front desk on March 25th, you didn't see any bruising, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't see...
That's correct. I didn't see any marks or bruises.
You didn't see any swelling either, did you, Mr. Romero?
That's correct. No swelling at all.
And she was only 3 or 4 feet away from you, correct?
Correct.
And you were looking right into her face squarely, correct?
Correct.
And the lighting was good at the front desk, correct?
Objection.
Correct.
It was so good that had she had any bruises,
I hear that objection in the fucking background. They don't want to let them speak. They don't want... This is a fucking Bo Black's let me speak moment. Like, he doesn't want to let the defense defend. They just want to shut them up at any opportunity to make them seem like they don't know what they're doing. But it's really the opposite way around, because they just won't let them speak.
swelling or marks on her face, you would have noticed that, correct?
That's correct.
And then later that same day, and you testified to this already today, later that same day, you went up the elevator with Ms. Heard and Ms. Pennington in connection with their request for you to check the penthouse, correct?
That's correct.
And during that entire period of time, taking them up to the penthouse, walking through the penthouse, and then finally you leaving and going back to your desk, you looked at Ms. Heard during that time period, correct?
That's correct.
And you looked her in the face, squarely in the face, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't notice any swelling, correct?
Correct.
I'm sorry?
Correct. I didn't saw anything.
I love how, like, with the Amber Heard's lawyers are like, he's just like, nope. With Johnny Depp's, he's like, correct. You're right. Yep, you got it. Correct. Man, it just keeps unraveling further and further for Amber Heard. And one of these days, people are going to realize that women can also be abusers too. And it's a sad reality. And I don't support or condone harassment of anyone. Physical, mental, sexual, verbal. Why? Just treat people like people, for fuck's sake. Is it really that hard? Especially people that you supposedly love. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Did you see any swelling?
No.
Did you see any bruises?
Nope.
Objection. And then he just keeps going. He's like, fuck you. Fuck your objection. I'm going to keep going. Fuck you, bitch.
Did you see any marks on her face of any kind?
No marks at all.
And again, just to repeat, when you were confronted, looking at her face, did you see any swelling on her face?
Nope.
Any bruises on her?
Nope.
Did you see any marks of any kind on her face?
No marks at all.
And how was the light down when you were at the reception and you were looking at her and didn't see any of this? How was the light?
The lighting is actually pretty good. It's not
How far
dark.
She's
How far
crying,
away?
dude. She's seething, molding, coping, fucking crying.
Approximately 3 to 4 feet apart.
Were you looking her square in the face?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And when you were up in the penthouse and you were looking her square in the face, how far apart were you from her then?
We actually were pretty close to each other. She was probably just next to me. She was telling me, like, go into this room, so I need to pass right in front of her.
And do you recall seeing any bruises, swelling, redness, or any marks on Miss Heard's face on May 24th, 2016?
I don't see anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, the remainder of this deposition of this witness contains questions by counsel for Ms. Heard.
I'm going to talk a
Thanks,
little bit
Lee.
about the video clips that Mr. Depp's attorney showed you. I'm going to ask you, first of all, Mr.
This guy just hits the pen again. He doesn't give a fuck.
Video showed you a number of video clips.
Why? Hang on. Can we just take that back like 10 seconds?
I'm going to
What's
ask
the
you, first of
point
all,
of going off screen to hit the pen and then just exhaling the smoke on screen? Like, I have to say, this guy's a Chad. Like I said before, this guy's based. But if he's just going to fucking exhale the smoke, we all know what he's doing. We can all hear the vape going off. Do they care? I mean, they wouldn't let him vape in a courtroom, but he's in his own fucking car. So what? Why is he freaking out? Why is he shitting his pants? You know what I mean? Shit. Oh shit, I forgot to put the audio back on.
yes.
Yep, that's Tuesday.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber
Live
Heard on May
playing
24th, correct?
pre-recorded statements. Yeah, weird. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
remember.
know why they just didn't do it live. Do they know what Zoom is? Do they know what Skype is? Fuck, do it over Discord, dude. So many fucking abuses and shit go on Discord anyway. It wouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, man's just chilling. Exactly. Why are they bothering homie hitting his fucking pen? Arm out the window, fucking swagging hardcore. He's like, I just wanted to cruise today. I want to chill out. I want to hit my vape. I want to just ride. I want to chill. I want to cruise. I want to glide, brother. And they don't give a fuck. They're like, fuck this guy. Fuck Mr. What's his name? Mr. Romero? Statements from Jan 2021. Wait, this is from 2021? This is from January last year? Oh, yeah, it is too. What the fuck? Okay, dude. This is stupid. Why didn't they bring it up last year? Fucking.
I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
I didn't even fucking notice that right there. What the fuck?
Okay. Well, let's pull up exhibit number 1. Let's stay on page 17. That's a good
Hang on,
place.
what they laugh at just
May
then?
24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay. Well, let's
Nice.
pull up exhibit number 1. Let's stay on page 17. That's a good place. This is your deposition from July 19, 2016. Do you recall that?
19? Yeah.
2016?
Going in the morning.
Okay. And it said here,
Oh, this has been going on forever, man. Johnny Depp must be pissed. He must be fucking like over it. He's like, I just want to get this bitch out of my life. Is it that hard? What the fuck?
did you work? So Saturday was the 21st. Did you work that day? No. Did you work Sunday, May 22nd? No. Did you work May 23rd? Yes. On May 23rd while you were working, did you see Amber at any time? I don't recall seeing her. Question, did you work on Tuesday, May 24th? Yes, I did. And on Tuesday, May 24th, at any time did you see Amber? I don't recall seeing her. Do you remember that being your testimony 2 months after the events?
Yeah. I don't recall. I don't remember.
Okay. And then while we're here, now,
Nah, this is all the fucking same. It's just a big nothing burger, dude. Ridiculous. Like I said, man's just trying to do his shit, and then they all just like, just fuck him. He's like, fuck you, dude. Whatever. It's so sad how just, like, I know it seems stupid to say, but just a guy trying to do his job, getting dragged into that. He obviously had no involvement. He had no knowledge of anything that was going on, and they still insisted that he had to know something. They were trying to pry it out of him. He knew nothing. He had no fucking idea what was going on. Why even have him there? It's just a waste of time. It's fucking sad. But, alas, lawyers will be lawyers and try and drag anyone they possibly can into this little shitter that we call the legal system. And you know what? That's fine. They're just doing their job. We can't shit on them too hard, right? It could be worse. I mean, they do say that the only thing, what's the saying? God, hang on. Let's see. God created. I'm gonna turn the fucking music back on. Yeah, here we go. This is a Better Call Saul quote. You know why God made snakes before he made lawyers? He needed the practice. And thank you, Better Call Saul, for having such a beautiful way to cap that whole fucking segment. I wasn't actually planning on talking about Johnny Depp this one, but you know, here we go. My Time TV Live. Sup? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it done. But yeah, it's interesting because like a lot of the things I was going to talk about today, I didn't really think I was going to talk about, but here we are, live streaming. And to be honest, an hour and a half, that ain't bad. That ain't a bad stream time. I didn't think we'd be going for this long, but you know, here we are, still going, still rambling about random shit. I don't really have anything else on the docket, really. You know, you can't see this, but I'm just scrolling through Twitter. Please, give me another story. Give me something. Give me another fucking Andy Dick situation. Now, not that I want that to happen to anyone. Not that I want that to occur to anyone. But that was a little bit of a interesting first episode to have somebody just drop that in my lap. And so far, I think we're doing all right. You know, for Saturday Arc Live, we're doing all right for ourselves. We're doing the best we can. And I wasn't expecting any viewers, so here we go for an hour and a half stream. Like that's not terrible to have three concurrent. So thanks, guys. Much appreciated. You guys are the best. I wouldn't be here without you. I mean, you know what? I probably would be, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is, guys. Anyway, I think my time is up. I think I've talked about everything I can to the extent that I can. And, well, thank you for watching, everyone. And if you watched all the way through the replay, damn, an hour and a half? Not bad. Good effort. And thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like. It helps. It helps the stream, helps promote it, get it in the search engine, the SEO. And I'll see you all next Saturday for the next episode. Episode 4 of Saturday Arc Live. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace.